Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight I'm looking at the Marvel Select, the Mighty Thor from Diamond Select Toys. This is one of those rare instances where we did not have 1,000 pictures of a toy before it actually got out to market. It was a complete surprise. I was at work and got home and there was a buzz that this had come up on the marvelstore.com. Yeah, nobody knew about this that I know of. So it's kind of cool. It's been a long time. And it kind of reminds me of the old days. Remember way back in the olden days, for you youngsters, I'm talking like 95, 96. For you golden oldies, I'm talking about, 95, 96. Anyway, toys would just come out, or they would have the little posters inside the packages where you could see upcoming toys or other toys in the wave, or we had to rely on magazines, that kind of thing. The days before the internet, or the early days of the internet, however you look at it. But, the surprise factor is there. It took a little longer because of ice and snow and that kind of stuff, so I'm just getting mine. I know there's a lot of reviews out there. I thought I'd throw mine up. I've watched all the reviews, so I got super excited for mine to finally come in, and here it is. So let's get this thing open, and I want to play with it. Okay, and there you go, out of the package. And I like him as much as I thought I would. Like I said, I've been sneaking over, watching some reviews, looking at some pictures, and because I was too excited about this guy, I finally got him, and he lives up to the hype. The muted colors work perfectly. I'm in love, which is weird to say, but man, this color palette, I would like to see all Asgardians, godly types, even cosmic characters, the whole universe. I would like to see in this, muted color scheme. I say that tonight, but, and then I like my brightly colored superheroes too. But overall, man, this guy is a brute. The bigger arms, the smaller chest, he just looks tough. That's the only way to describe it. He looks tough. I'll get it out of the way right now. The Mjolnir, the hammer, it is a little plain on the head, but I'm good with that. I think it fits this version of the character, being, like I said, muted colors, not as extravagant or superhero-y as, the classic Thor. Another thing I'll get out of the way real quick. This guy's big. Okay, well, not so big when you put him next to, huge characters. This is the Avengers movie, Hulk. A big figure anyway. Yeah, this totally works. Thor looks good with Hulk. Hulk's supposed to be a big the guy. There you go. He's got a small. Works for me. Here he is with another Marvel Select figure, Colossus, obviously, from the X-Men. Again, Thor is shorter, but Colossus is supposed to be bigger. This totally works for me too. Marvel Select display, Thor completely works. When I said he was a big character, here he is against, the, not the original, an older Marvel Select Thor, different costume, different era. Again, for you Marvel Legends collectors, here he is with the Build-A-Figure Odin from the newest Avengers wave. Short and sweet, this new Thor works with both Marvel Legends and Marvel Select if you're not, tied to the official handbooks. Me coming as a casual scale guy, if somebody's supposed to be bigger than somebody else and he's bigger in figure form, I'm good with that. If he's bigger, he's bigger. He doesn't have to be exactly 3/4 of an inch taller or shorter or 1,000th inch here. And now the Battle Royale. We just got this Thor in the last Avengers wave. I've had him on the shelf for maybe a week, but a week ago this worked for me. Now that I have him, he's going somewhere off the shelf. You can see that they're almost the same size, but I think it's the proportions that throws it off. The Select's head is bigger than the Legends. The arms are about the same size. This one's chest is smaller than this one, but because of the proportions, the legs, the length of the legs, the size of the feet, the size of the head, the hands are about the same. Yeah, this is a bigger scale figure, but going back to the whole they are gods argument, I could put him on my Legend shelf and be completely happy. Now, when I was linked to this Thor on the Marvel store, the first thing that caught my eye was this kick-ass just representation of Thor swinging his hammer, spinning it around, getting ready to whip up a whirlwind, or, you know, take off to fly or whatever. This is worth the price of admission. Again, the hammers are a bit plain, the hammer heads anyway. But who cares? Look at that. I mean, just look at that. It's perfect. It looks like it's spinning this way. It's like an energy effect that I didn't know I needed. But now I can't live without. It's just too cool. Going back to the hammer, I like that they put this articulation point in this hand. His hammer holding hand, he's got the up and down, kind of like what we've seen in the Star Wars Black series with the pistol, with really Han Solo. It's a up and down joint. So he can hold his hammer straight up, or he can hold his hammer out. And that is just, oh man, too cool. Works for me. I keep saying works for me, but this figure completely works for me. I can't get enough of this guy already. I've had him open for 10 minutes. Well, I mean, even in an at ease pose, he can hold his hammer just hanging down. And I can't think of anything that we've seen that on. But just at rest Thor. Oh, I so dig it. Now, his other accessories, he comes with just a plain stand, 2 pegs, both feet go on. I like this, and I may use this. Thor is completely able to stand by himself, but being on the shelf for extended periods of time, the cape might get, you know, a little back heavy. Something might happen. I do have to lean him just ever so slightly forward to get him to stand, but it's a cape. It's going to pull back at some point. And he comes with an alternate head without the helmet. Now the hair here is kind of soft, so it doesn't get in the way of articulation a lot. We'll see that in a minute. But long hair is always going to keep them from looking up a lot. Already, I like the head with the helmet. It's going to stay on the figure. This is kind of plain, but I appreciate the extra head. Now, the hand pulls out, you know, pretty easy. It's not a huge peg. And one thing you will have to take into account, it was a bear to put the hammer in his hand. The fingers were a little bit stiff. I had to tear at it. So I'm just going to leave it in there. It doesn't make a difference. It can stay in this hand. And you're going to switch it out with this hand, who has it's just a peg that goes into a hole in the hand. And I've just left it on there because it's, you know, nice and snug. Keep from losing the hand. This hand doesn't have any articulation. It just snaps right on. And you're good to go. Man, it just looks fantastic. I can't believe how cool that looks. Now for articulation, we're dealing with a Gentle Giant here. So, you know the articulation scheme for the most part. The head is on a ball joint, and this head comes off easy. It's on a peg that kind of floats around. You don't get a lot of movement, but you get enough. He gets good side to side. That's about as far down as he can go. And up, it's a bit hindered by this cloth that comes off the back of the helmet. The feathers on the head are kind of a floppy rubber. Good with that. The shoulders are hinge and swivel. They hinge out. They swivel around. And he can come all the way up because this cape is pretty soft. It holds its shape, but you can bring that up and over. There's the back if you want to see it. Same color scheme. Actually, good detail on the back. Single hinge elbow. He gets about, not quite 90. Swivel hand. The left hand has the usual side-to-side hinge. He has a floating torso joint. I'm not quite sure what's in there, but he doesn't get a lot of side-to-side. He gets a little forward, and then a little back, a little twist. He has a swivel at the hips. It goes forward. The skirt is pretty soft, so you're going to get forward pretty good. Back, not so much. And then it hinges out. So this movement, kind of a, you know, DC Classics hip setup. Thigh swivel, hidden really well in this checkerboard pattern. Double knees. I like that the kneecap's hidden by this boot detail. He has a swivel at this band on the bottom of his boot. He has a hinge at his ankle. And then he has the forward peg rocker ankle action. So he pretty much covers all the bases when it comes to articulation. So final thoughts, I could almost say this is the last Thor I need. He's going to go front and center on the shelf. Good articulation scheme, excellent paint apps. I love the muted colors. I like the costume. It's modern, yeah. I would like to see a classic version, you know, with this setup, but at the same time, I'm good with this. I mean, it has all the classic elements there while bringing it into the modern age. The spinning hammer is great. Just a great accessory, well thought out, something we needed. The extra head, while not very exciting, I appreciate the extra value in the price. I'm not going to complain about an extra piece they decided to give us. So I cannot recommend this enough. I've heard these have been hitting the Disney store too. A lot of guys picking them up there. I don't have a Disney store, so as soon as I saw it on the Marvel store, I ordered that sucker fast. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the Fwoosh. And he comes with a half mask where he's pulled the mask up for, you know, eating, talking on the phone, making out,